Welcome to my channel again, and thank you for watching. This is going to be a reading for the month of October 2015 for Capricorn. I have pre-shuffled the cards because I'm noticing that my other two videos, which are a little bit over 15 minutes long, are having a really difficult time being uploaded on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save time and not shuffle as part of the reading, but just do the pre-shuffling before I start. I am going to be using two decks. One is Psychic Tarot, and I'm also using Angel Cards by Doreen Virtue. And what I will do is I will choose one card as an overall theme with the angel cards, and I will use 5 cards for more of a clarification for the upcoming month with the tarot cards. Okay, because I don't typically use any tools when I do readings one-on-one, it is strictly through mediumship, which means I will hear a grandma, dad, a cat will come through. I will hear my guides. So my readings are very one-on-one, and they're very mediumship, which is extremely difficult to do for a whole bunch of people at the same time and as a general reading. So I have to resort to tarot cards. Now, if I see a card and I interpret it in a way that doesn't fit with what you know what the card is supposed to mean, I may not have the same interpretation as the card is supposed to be interpreted as per book. So just please keep in mind that what I see through the card may not necessarily be what is supposed to be as described in the books that cards come with. Okay, so let's just start. I did shuffle the cards, so I have the card for the overall theme, and then I will take 5 cards from top for the rest of the reading. Okay, so we've got number 1, got number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. If I close my eyes sometimes, that's because I'm listening to what my guide is saying. Sometimes I forget that I close my eyes, but just don't pay attention to that, okay? So the first card is for the overall theme, and it says, trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartful advice, charity work. So this is the card, okay, if you can see. And I am going to ask for further clarity for the month of October as a theme. This October is a time to open yourself up. What I'm being shown is an individual who is in need of opening their heart and becoming more trustworthy going forward. Meaning, in the past, you may have been in a situation, or you may have been a person who tends to close off. And what I'm being shown is that, and as I get chills, this is my confirmation, what I'm being shown is that October is a month where you are going to slowly allow yourself to open up and feel like you can allow yourself to trust. Okay, so it's a very emotionally charged month. So I'm going to go, so that's the theme. Now, what we've got going on at the present is we have a solar plexus. Solar plexus is an area of right around your tummy, and it is upside down. This to me tells me that at the present time, there is a lot of emotions stuck pertaining to your powerhouse. When I say powerhouse, it's about how you feel pertaining to who you are, your confidence, your sense of self-worth, how you see yourself in the world, and how you feel the world perceives you. And because it's upside down, it's telling me that at this time, you're having a bit of a difficulty coming into grips with who you are. There's a sense of feeling like you want to hide. There's a sense of feeling like you are not good enough. So that's what's happening at the moment, okay? Now, in a recent past, we have the solar plexus. Sorry, the first card is sacral. Sacral is below solar plexus, so it's just around your navel, and that is also to do with sense of self, sense of worth, and it's closely related to feeling safe in the world. The second card is right above it, and it is a sense of self. So what this tells me, and both of these cards are upside down, what this tells me is that right now you are feeling somewhat insecure. Shortly or a little while before, you felt not great about who you are. So they're kind of the same, but not really. They're not mutually exclusive, but they do play a role in each other. What this tells me is that in the past, you're coming from a place of not feeling great about yourself, and that is now affecting how you feel with regards to safety and stability in your world, okay? Now, your immediate future is what I see, and this is in your physical world. The card is called a firm foundation. And what this tells me is that in the very near future, you are going to find yourself feeling more stable. And I feel like the places where you're coming from a place of insecurity, instability, feeling unsafe in the world. But that is really serving as your foundation going forward, meaning not foundation to feel insecure or unsafe going forward, but that is forcing you to find your own security within yourself, as opposed to having the world give it to you. Okay? And if you see here, there's a gentleman turned with his back towards us, and there is a triangle, red triangle right on his back. So this triangle to me represents a firm stability, and red is color of safety and fire. Fire is very much about stability and feeling safe in the world, just stability, feeling safe, passion. So what you have been feeling and what you are feeling right now is actually forcing you to look deep within and figure out, why are you feeling the way you do? What is causing you? What has caused you to feel insecure? What has caused you to feel like you are not good enough? What has caused you to make you question yourself? And coming to a place where you are understanding not only what's causing it, but also how you can turn it around and have that be your new foundation going forward. Okay? Now, this mountain, also 4 is a very stable number. It's a number of stability. And there's mountains here. And what it shows me is this man is looking, facing the mountains, but he's not looking at the mountains. He's turned away, and almost as if unable to see or not wanting to see, because he's not feeling like he can. Okay? So the mountain, or the top of the mountain, so to speak, is right in front of you. You're just not quite ready to face it or see it, because you don't feel you have what it takes to be at the top of the mountain. Okay? What you also have is disruption. And disruption is, this gentleman is being shown as being literally sliced into different pieces, so he's not whole. But the card is actually upside down. So what this tells me is that sometime in a distant past, you have come from a place where life has thrown things at you that made you feel like you were torn apart. However, because it's upside down, it shows me that you were able to put yourself together. In other words, you didn't allow it to destroy you. Now, coming back to the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, from the place of being pulled apart by a circumstance in your life. It shows me that I can see why you're being affected this way. I can see why you're having difficulties feeling safe in the world, and why you're having difficulty with feeling like you are maybe not good enough because of this situation. But if you look back at the situation, and however bad and terrible it was, you were able to pull yourself through it. So give yourself some credit, okay? So that's what I want to say with this. Now, your future. Okay? Rest and rejuvenation. Actually, another sign got this. This is all on the emotional level. And it shows me this card being upside down, which means going forward, it's going to take you a lot of work to achieve the mental rest and to feel like you are mentally rejuvenated. And this is going back very much to letting your experiences define your new foundation, so that the old foundation is let go and a new foundation can be firmly put aside, or sorry, firmly placed, firmly put forth. But it will require some mental work on your part. Don't just go and sit on the side and go, you know, I can't do this. This is very hard. I'm just going to let it be. Really make sure that you allow your mental state of mind to be as focused as possible on the things that you want and not the things you don't want. Because at the end of the day, remember, the theme of the card is trustworthiness, compassionate. You are coming from a place of being distraught and place where I see a person falling down on their knees. And that's because of a situation in your life that has resulted in something so heavy that you felt like you were literally on your knees. But you're coming out of that. You're allowing that experience, not only have you overcome the experience, you're allowing that experience to build a new foundation. So it feels to me like it's a very karmic lesson where you had to go through something very difficult. And I do feel this is related to personal romantic relationships, close relationships. With business, yes, I feel a little bit more business with personal relationships, but it could go either way. But remember, your October is about gaining trust again and allowing yourself to open up and allowing yourself to trust. Okay? So I hope this made sense. As I always say, these things don't make sense to me, but they're not supposed to. This is a very good reading, and I do feel that the month of October is going to be a very emotional month where you're coming from one end of the spectrum and you're going towards another end of the spectrum, and you're now in the process of having the old ways being stripped away from you so that you can become the person you're meant to be as a result of these difficult experiences. And I keep looking at this card, the foundation card, firm foundation. You're in a place of your life where you are going to like who you are. You don't see it yet because you can't see the new foundation yet. You're looking away from the mountain and you're not willing to face it because you don't feel you have what it takes. But what I'm really seeing is 4 is stability, red is passion, red is fire, red is feeling stable and feeling alive. You have come a long way, and you are going to be in a place where I feel you're going to be very pleased with what you see. Now, is this going to happen over a month? Meaning, are you going to completely transform in a month? No, I don't think so. I feel that October is a month of transformation where you will begin the transformation, and it'll be an important part of your transformation, but I don't feel you will arrive in October, so to speak. Okay, so this is actually a very good reading because